Welcome to the Gavel. I'm Terry Ikumi, and it feels good to be back and well rested. Anyways, let's take a quick ride into the National Assembly and find out how Parliament fared this past week. It was indeed a silent week for the Senate, as nothing happened since plenary has been adjourned by both chambers till September, as lawmakers begin their annual 2-month legislative recess. But the House of Representatives, on the other hand, had its hands full this past week, majorly with the investigation into the fake PFIPC agency. The House of Representatives Ad Hoc Committee investigating the operations of the controversial Presidential Foreign Investment Promotion Council continued its probe with the appearance of the Accountant General of the Federation, Mr. Shamseldeen Ogunjimi. The committee is investigating allegations that forged State House documents were used to establish and operate the council. The Accountant General told lawmakers that his office processed administrative requests from the council but did not release any funds.
A letter was received by the Office of the Accountant General of the Federation from the council requesting for the opening of TSA accounts and 2 domiciliary accounts for the council, one in USD and the other in Great Britain pounds. The 2 domiciliary accounts opened were never operational because the council did not meet up with the laid down requirement why the TSA account request was declined.
Lawmakers then questioned how the agency passed through government processes without raising suspicion. In his response, Mr. Ogunjimi explained that the letter requesting an administrative code appeared to have come from the State House, but was later found not to have been issued by the presidency.
There was a letter using State House letterhead to OAGF requesting for an administrative code to be created for the agency. OAGF responded, giving that administrative code, and sent a letter to State House.
The committee described the development as a serious breach and directed the Inspector General of Police to produce the self-acclaimed Director General of the controversial council, Mr. Adeni Yadeyemi, before the committee within 48 hours.
For clarity of our submission or our findings, including our recommendation, the committee hereby resolve that the Inspector General of Police do kindly present Prince Adeniyi Adeyemi Matthew on Wednesday by 12 noon. Please. That is the ruling of the committee.
On the second day of the investigative hearing for the week, the head of service of the Federation, Mrs. Didi Walson-Jack, made a second appearance. Lawmakers presented official correspondence from the Office of the Chief of Staff to the President to compare them with the documents presented by the controversial council. They also questioned the verification process which led to the acceptance of the purported letters of appointment and establishment documents.
This committee have few days to submit report. And in view of the fact that the House is in recess, we have the mandate of the House to pronounce the findings of our report to the press. So we have already started putting together a preliminary report that will address the entire press of Nigeria in this hall, in this hallowed chamber. So in view of that, we ask that you should come, having the DG of the Budget Office, the Minister, Budget and Economic Planning, Minister of Finance, Office of the Foreign Affairs, Accountant General of the Federation, and so many agencies appear. Maybe to give you, perhaps you have been briefed by your staffs that have been here, the right to reply if there are some things or decisions taken by your office that you think in the course of this interaction you need an opportunity to make final clarification. You are given that opportunity. We wouldn't want a situation whereby when our findings are read, you say how you wish you would have been given opportunity to say 1 or 2 things. So those 1 or 2 things that you would have said, I think this is the opportunity for you to talk straight to the point because we have other things to do.
My office received the letter of appointment and the Establishment Act. And based on those documents and also based on the interaction with the representatives of the PEAC and PFICP, they went on to issue the authorized establishment and later the recruitment waiver. We now, having seen all the facts and observed all the documents, concede that we ought to have carried out more due diligence in the discharge of the duties of the office in issuing an authorized establishment and a recruitment waiver to the PEAC/PFICP. Mr. Chairman, if I may explain further, we do know that the PEAC used to exist as an ad hoc organization of its own. And the documents that were presented had PEAC/PFICP.
The head of the civil service informed the committee that subsequent reviews, including comparisons with genuine State House correspondence and findings, showed different signatures.
In your speech now, because I was
Yes.
taking note,
Yes.
due diligence was not observed.
Now that we have
Now
seen,
that you have seen, what did you see that is in error that due diligence
Okay,
was?
so-
Because this should be a little bit interactive. This is your second time of
Yes.
appearance. Third time, because
Yes.
another person had appeared for you.
Yes.
Yeah. So what is it
So
that due
what-
diligence was?
Yes, what we now saw, when this matter now came up, I requested to see the documents myself. And I saw that the Establishment Act was not really an authentic act.
Thank
Now,
you.
I saw that because, Mr. Chairman, I have almost 30 years of legal practice experience. And so immediately I saw it, I knew it was not. Moreover, Mr. Chairman, I'm also a certified legal drafter.
So the act was not original, it was fake.
Yes,
and what,
I
and,
noticed
and
that.
what?
Well, the letter of appointment, I will not be able to say because when I looked at it, it had the State House logo, and I wasn't immediately in a position to compare with other similar letter-headed paper. Everything was done in accordance with the practice in the office, and out of the 88 ministries that were approved, we are really, really surprised that we were unable to detect the PEAC and PFICP had actually given us a false Establishment Act, and now you have proved a false letter of appointment. So we take all responsibility, and we will definitely see that we review our processes to make them more fraud-proof.
The committee then turned attention to the representative of the Inspector General of Police to explain the absence of the controversial Director General of the Council at the sit-in, despite an earlier warrant of arrest to produce him before the lawmakers.
The suspect being held in custody based on a subsisting warrant for him to be detained. And as it is so, in order for us to be able to continue to relate well, we are of the opinion that the Honorable Committee Chairman, as well as the committee members, could like or avail us a reproduction warrant, sir, for us to be able to produce him.
Now, following the submission, members of the committee adjourned proceedings to next week. Now, away from the investigative hearing, but staying with the House of Representatives, the Nigeria-Denmark Parliamentary Friendship Group in the House of Representatives received the ambassador of Denmark to Nigeria on a familiarization tour. The engagement provided lawmakers with an opportunity to strengthen parliamentary ties, foster mutual understanding, and explore new avenues of cooperation between Nigeria and Denmark.
In the world of today, for a country to be one of the safest in the whole world, we need to learn what they are doing. Governments, especially Nigeria, with our challenges, security challenges, we need to explore. That should be left for the executives. Because security, you don't talk it openly. But the lawmakers can study the laws that make those things possible. And we can channel it to our lawmakers, to the speaker. The speaker will discuss it. The speaker will have, I know that whatever that is progressive, he doesn't waste time to give approval.
The relationship between Denmark and the Federal Republic of Nigeria goes back to the 1st of October 1960, when Denmark recognized Nigeria upon independence, proudly. And since then we have had a relationship that has been developing, but I think we are now at the apex, actually, of our relationship. As I see it, our bilateral relationship that is deepening, we primarily try to focus on three areas. You mentioned it. Agriculture is an area that, of course, is of a primary priority for Nigeria and for the government. We understand why. This is an incredibly fertile country. It's a country with a big population. It's a country that could easily produce everything that it needs. And we are here to share some of our insights, some of our knowledge, especially in the dairy sector.
Welcome back to the Gavel. Staying with the House of Representatives, the Committee on Public Petitions held a 2-day retreat to review its performance, strengthen legislative oversight, and improve the petition process as a tool for promoting accountability and administrative justice. The retreat was supported by the Policy and Legal Advocacy Center and the European Union.
Public Complaints Commission is one of the only, I think, 4 laws that are specifically entrenched in the Constitution, which shows the importance of the public being able to get administrative recourse for justice or to justice in their matters. We make the point continuously that this committee is very important because for the ordinary Nigerian, it's the one committee where you do not have to pay filing fees or get a lawyer to appear for you if you don't need one or can't afford one. It's a committee that opens itself up to citizens across the country. And we are delighted to have been working with this committee over the last several sessions of the National Assembly. For us, it's a committee that we think is sometimes understated, but so very important in the work that it does. And I'm happy that Chairman, that you and committee members are working so hard to address a lot of the public complaints that you receive from citizens.
Chief Ombudsman of the Public Complaints Commission, Mr. Bashir Abubakar, called for stronger collaboration between the Commission and the House Committee on Public Petitions to improve access to justice and public accountability.
The effectiveness of any citizen redress mechanism depends largely on the quality of collaboration among institutions with complementary responsibilities. Petition presented before National Assembly and complaints received by the Public Complaints Commission frequently intersect in both subject matter and objective. Where matters fall within our respective jurisdictions, closer institutional cooperation through structured federal referral mechanisms, information sharing, and coordinated engagement can significantly improve outcomes for the citizens we collectively serve. Such sustained collaboration between the National Assembly and the Public Complaints Commission will not only enhance access to justice, but also strengthen accountability, improve institutional responsiveness, and reinforce public confidence in democratic governance. Institutional memory remains the foundation upon which continuity is built. As the 10th Assembly gradually approaches its conclusion, careful documentation of precedents, systemic preservation of institutional knowledge, and effective transfer of experience to succeeding committees will ensure that valuable lessons are retained rather than lost through transitions in leadership.
The chairman of the House Committee on Public Petitions, Beatrice Lowry, further highlighted the importance of the retreat.
This committee has a lot of responsibility, and we are striving to make sure that the public trust in this committee through fair, transparent, and citizen-focused dispute resolution is attained. Of course, the increasing volume and complexity of petitions continue to place significant demands on the committee's operations. I would say that because of the confidence the citizens have in this committee, you find out that almost every petition, including domestic petitions, are brought in here. Of course, there are certain inhibitions or there are certain hindrances this committee is facing, most especially in the persistent non-compliance by ministries, department agencies, with the committee's invitation summons, and sometimes the resolutions, which undermine some of the work we are doing. You find out that we sent invitations to various MDS. Some of them will not honor until we threaten them with arrest before you see them appearing. And I believe that that has to change, because by not appearing, it further, delay matters before us, which some of them would have been dealt with expeditiously, but for their non-appearance, consistent refusal to appear until they are being threatened, that, of course, is causing a lot of hindrances to the working of this committee.
The outcome of the retreat is expected to strengthen cooperation among key institutions, improve the handling of public petitions, and advance accountability and good governance. It's time now for Constituency Focus, where we speak to one lawmaker to find out how he's responding to his constituency's needs.
First, we've empowered our people in terms of training on different skill sets. Is it ICT? Is it on soil plastering? And the rest of them. Over 400 of our constituents have benefited from that. Then we move into capital projects, road grading, solar street light, building of schools. So far, we have installed solar street light across the different communities in my federal constituency, not less than 200 stands of solar street light. Remember when subsidy was removed and the prices of petroleum products skyrocketed, and we thought it wise to make sure these communities are provided for with solar-powered borehole where they don't need to use generator or use fuel to power the boreholes. So these projects are currently on, and people are benefiting from it. We've equally started and completed town hall meetings in these communities. We've equally assisted our people to register for JAM, registered at least 300 of our people in JAM, and they've sat for the exam. Many of them have gained admission, and they are currently undergoing their studies. We have equally graded nothing less than 30 kilometers of roads, rural roads, which were completely impassable before then. And so far, these roads are accessible for people, rural dwellers, to access this road easily, to make life bearable for them. We've equally done a lot of empowerment in terms of reaching out to our constituents that really supported us. We've empowered them with cars, we've empowered them with sewing machines, we've empowered them with grinding machine, we've empowered them with motorcycles, we've empowered them with agricultural equipment and tools, and we've equally followed it up with all kinds of cash empowerment. For example, the last one we did was to select market women and empower them with a minimum of 50,000 naira, about 93 of them. We've equally given scholarship to some of our constituents. We've equally empowered them with bursary, the students that are in tertiary institutions. And we've given a laptop to many of them that our abilities is capable of doing. So we have done a whole lot of empowerment in this regard. Then if you want to talk about the bills that we have sponsored and the motions that we have moved in this direction, which is equally gaining traction in terms of empowerment of our people. I recall when I was inaugurated, I brought a situation in my community which is called Obiobom, a dilapidated bridge that has been there since 2001. And I brought it to the attention of the federal government in the parliament, and federal government has intervened. Right now, that bridge has been constructed for our people to benefit. We've equally sponsored a bill for the establishment of a federal college of laboratory scientists in my community, in Abak to be precise. And that bill, by the grace of God, has scaled through first reading, second reading, public hearing, third reading, and it has been passed in the House, just waiting for the President to assent for that to be swung into action. And of course, the many motions and petitions we have equally laid in the House that have equally brought succor to so many of our constituents, not just my constituents, but Nigerians at large, because we've intervened for them to be reinstated in their workplace. We've equally intervened for them to be paid their arrears and emolument backlog and the rest of them. So we have occupied this office. Our people have really benefited immensely and from the robust engagement of our legislative engagement.
Well, that's all the time we have on The Gavel. Thanks for watching. Do well to send feedback to thegavel@channelstv.com. I'm Terry Ikumi. Goodbye.